One of the reasons why we work hard is to secure a better tomorrow. Now, many people are putting a lot of money in fixed assets. Talk of buildings, talk of land. And the aspiration is for the future or tomorrow to be better. But experts are telling us there are more better ways of investing. Of course, this is not to discount the opportunity that real estate presents. Now, pensions or pension schemes are one of the ways or investment vehicles where one can keep money. Invest for a better tomorrow. We'll be discussing that a little later. This is Money and Markets, and I'm Charles Boji, your host. You're welcome. First off, we're picking the mind of a pension sector expert to specifically look at what contribution Nssf is doing to secure a better tomorrow for the contributors, considering the fact that this is the biggest contributory scheme in Uganda. We're glad to have you on the show, Money and Markets.
Thank you, Charles.
Very good. The fund, Nssf, give us a brief. How are you faring?
The fund is doing quite well. To put that in context, just last month, we collected 108 billion Uganda shillings. That's a record collection in 1 month for the month of March. So we're doing quite well. In terms of the benefits, we're paying on average not less than 35 billion shillings every month. And even the timelines in which we pay our members have significantly gone down. So in fact, we're paying most of our claims in less than 8 days. So I can say that the fund is doing quite well.
So what is driving this growth? I mean, when you talk about the good numbers that you posted in a month.
We've realized improvement in compliance. So quite a number of companies have come to understand the benefits of complying. But also because information is readily available and members can get alerts, members can use our e-channels to track their savings. They are then in a position to put their employers on pressure to ensure that payments actually do come through. So our ability to ensure that members can get information anytime, anywhere, is also helping to drive compliance.
So to a Ugandan watching us out there, what does this mean? What dividends or benefit do they draw from this and maybe to the wider economy?
You see, in terms of investments, what you invest is the product of how much you're able to collect. So the more money you collect per month, the more money you've got to be able to invest. So once money is invested wisely, you know that your members are covered. So if we collect money, you're then certain that when you invest, members are going to earn interest. Any money that is not collected by the fund is a loss to the members that own that money. So that has a big impact. But also in terms of the benefits that we pay out, on average, people that are retiring are getting as less as 15 million shillings per month. Now, can that money sustain a person for that long? So as people pay more money, as companies comply more, long term, we shall be able to drive the amount of money that each person, having worked for 20 to 30 years, is able to walk away with.
Now, talking about compliance, bring us to speed. How is it at this particular moment in time?
Compliance, Charles, is not measured in terms of the amount of money that we collect. Compliance is measured in terms of the percentage of employers that ought to be paying. So if on the database you've got 30,000 employers, what percentage of those are consistently making their monthly payments? Over the past 5 years, we've seen a significant growth in compliance. Measuring it on the basis of 1 month, we have as many as 55% of employers consistently making their payments every month. If you take that to a period of 2 to 3 months, you actually go high. You've got up to 80% of our employers consistently making their payments within that time frame. Yes. Yeah.
In terms of the campaign on compliance, what is involved, what is entailed, and why are we having it, at this point in time?
The Nssf Amnesty campaign is an initiative that we launched, okay? And it is targeting to collect 160 billion Uganda shillings in arrears, money that is held up in employers that are not complying with the fund. So essentially what we're saying is that there are so many employers out there. To put that in context, you've got over 10,000 employers that are not consistently complying. In the value terms, we're talking about 160 billion. So that campaign is calling upon such employers to come forward, talk to the fund, and agree a payment plan. We do understand that for some reason, much as you've got an obligation as an employer to pay, sometimes you've got cash flow issues. Now, if you are an employer in that category, come to Nssf. Let's have a discussion. Let's understand how best to help you to comply. Now, what is the benefit? The benefit is that if you come forward voluntarily, you do a self-assessment, you determine the level of liability, okay? The fund will give you up 95% penalty waiver. So just imagine your penalty is 1 billion. And we're telling you, if you come out voluntarily, self-assess, okay, we'll offer you a waiver of penalty of 95%. So that is the benefit on the side of the company. While if you don't come out and that time passes, you pay 100% penalty.
A critical driver of compliance is the benefit to the contributors. So how is it at the moment? And then do you feel as a fund that you're getting enough return on investment?
We feel that we've been able to consistently give return that is reasonable within the market. The promise that the fund has made over the years is that at worst, we'll give you at least 10-year inflation rate plus 2%. Now, if it's been in the region of about 7.8 to 8%, if we give you 15%, we've done better than the promise. If we're to stick to the promise, and inflation is about 7.8 over the 10 years, it means would give you 7.8 plus 2, okay? But we've given you 15%. Even before that, we gave you still reasonable interest. So within the market, I can confidently say that the fund is able to invest your money judiciously, and we're able to give you a return that is reasonable. There are not so many investments in Uganda today in which you can put your money, do not put in any additional costs, do not hire people to work for you, go to bed peacefully, and when you wake up, you've got 15% on your account. So that is quite good.
On that note, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Charles.
It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure. Thank you.